Before the Europeans came to North America, the Native Americans were already here, as they had been for thousands of years. And they were masters at how to truly live off the land. Perhaps just as important to live in harmony and balance with their sacred mother, the earth. And they were taught how to do this all by their relations, including the animals, the forests, the plains, the wind, and the rain. All living things upon their mother were their teachers and providers of life. From the hides of the large animals, they made their teepees, their homes. And because of its conical shape, the teepee was able to withstand winds up to 125 miles an hour. The majestic elk gave up their antlers each year, from which the Native Americans made many of their tools. The hill upon which these particular antlers now lie is the sacred ground of the Lakota Sioux people and the site for the vision quest of the great contemporary Lakota leader and activist Russell Means. This is in the sacred hills of South Dakota. As you can see here, the prairie dog village is alive and well in these sacred hills. These buffalo are from pure blood stock that once roamed the open rangeland by the millions, providing food, clothing, and shelter for the Native Americans. In these Black Hills, the wild turkey can still be found, as well as a multitude of pronghorn antelope. These beautiful blue wildflowers blowing in the wind, they add their own special kind of grace and beauty to the landscape of these sacred Black Hills. From the land of the powerful Sioux Nation to the high desert country of the mighty Apache, where the powerful warrior Geronimo once roamed in southwest New Mexico.
I am honored to be asked to speak in this film because it is a chance for me to be a voice for Mother Nature, Mother Earth. I am Lipan Apache, as I said, and my great uncle is Geronimo. And a lot of people don't know this, but Geronimo was not only a warrior, he was also a spiritual leader and shaman, as Westerns have learned to call it. And I feel that I've inherited this gift that Geronimo had of being a spiritual leader in touch with nature. And that's the importance of this film, is because humans need to find that balance and be able to find a harmony to show respect to Mother Nature. It is all about balance and harmony and respect. The technology is just taken over nature and it's destroyed nature. So we need to wake up and pay attention. We have to enjoy, admire, respect the beauty of nature. It's all around us. It has a spirit that cries out to us. And I am here and I feel this nature. I feel this spirit inside me. And Mother Nature, Earth, is hurting. It knows all the things that humans have done to this planet, to Mother Nature itself. The Earth is hurting, it's dying.
Is he crying for me? stragglers and slow. The stragglers and slow. Has he come after me? They say he goes after the stragglers and slow. The stragglers and slow. Has he come after you? The old ones they used to say, don't kick back too long. Don't kick back too long, or the wolf, he's gonna get you.
We saw the Great Spirit's work in almost everything. Sun, moon, trees, wind, and mountains. Sometimes we approached him through these things. Was that so bad? I think we have a true belief in the Supreme Being, a stronger faith than that of most whites who have called us pagans. Indians living close to nature and nature's ruler are not living in darkness. Walking Buffalo, Stony Indian.
Much akin to the way Native Americans once lived hundreds of years before him, today Walter Smith has chosen to live a simple, solitary life in the Sacramento Mountains of southern New Mexico. He grew up in a cattle ranching family in the Big Bend country of West Texas, and later he became a bell diver for oil companies in the Gulf of Mexico, a nightclub bouncer, and other sundry jobs. After finally experiencing enough of, to him, robotic mankind's way of life, Walter decided to leave it all behind as best he could and begin a simpler and less complicated life.
Okay, well, I was raised and actually born in the Big Bend of Texas. I've seen a lot of things there. When I lived there, hardly anyone lived there. Nowadays, it seems like they overthink like the wildlife. There for a point was that they decided to go in and take out all the coyotes. There was too many coyotes. It was bothering their sheep and their cattle, so they went in there. They made it easy for everybody to kill coyotes. And shortly after that, they had tens of thousands of rabbits. Well, they didn't know how to deal with that, so there was just rabbits everywhere. Hundreds of rabbits on the highway being run over. You just see it all the time. So then the mountain lion started coming in great big bunches. And they were real bad about jumping over people's fences. I mean, well, the mountain lion ate up all the rabbits, and then they were still hungry, so they would jump over people's fences, eat their dogs, eat their cats, you know. And then they made a deal where they're going to shoot all the mountain lions. It's just nature has always balanced itself out, and we just think that we, as a human and everything, can do it better, but we can never do it better than nature. Nature has been here before it'd be here after we're gone. But I believe in everything that if you give nature time, it always centers itself. I live in the forest. I live right by a spring, and of course that was on purpose. We take water so granted. You don't think about it when you turn on a faucet and you run a glass of water over, or every time you flush, or you use 40 gallons of water to take a bath. We're running out of water, and it's getting harder and harder to come by. They're starting to use different methods of cleaning water because they have to. But water to me is life. You have to have it. You can go days without eating. You can't go very many days without drinking. It's been such an easy commodity for us to have freely that we abuse it. And I watch the animals, the elk and the deer. They go down and how they drink, and all the birds, thousands of birds. Any kind of a little pond of water attracts any nature, but it's getting rarer all the time. Of course, this year has been a really bad year. Lots of fires and stuff like that, a really dry year. And all I can do is hope that we're granted some more rain. I would like to have some more rain. But so many trees are dying right now. I've never seen this many trees die. They're just starving for water. So I hope and everything it comes soon.
Water has become a scarcity on this planet. Mother Earth provides for all of us. But what is happening now is we're abusing and we're destroying our water sources. I'm a doctoral student and I work on a project right now that's dealing with uranium contamination of water. And not only uranium contamination, there's arsenic in the water. There's all these chemicals that humans have put in our water sources and people are drinking it. Not just here in the United States and the Southwest, but all over the world. Water has become an issue. So we need to be aware of this. We need to look at our technology and not use it in a way that's going to destroy and abuse Mother Earth, but use it and nurture that technology to help us take care of Mother Earth. Technology is not a bad thing, but it's what humans do with it that can turn it bad. Not just against people, but against Mother Earth, and we do not want to destroy Mother Earth. Mother Earth is here to take care of us. We are Mother Earth's children. We should realize that. And if Mother Earth dies, we die with her.
The tribe always camped in a circle, and in the middle of the circle was a place called Hokoka, the center. Before the people set out to war, the prophet, or holy man, made a teepee for himself and sat in it alone, looking into the future and seeing in vision all that would befall. He sang to them this song. In this circle, O ye warriors, lo, I tell you each his future. All shall be as I now reveal it in this circle. Hear ye. Short Bull, Dakota Sioux.
It struck me that how much we want something and what we would do to get it. You know, devastated whole mountaintops. Take whole countrysides out because of some mineral there that we just cannot live without. Someday that place will maybe grow back, but it doesn't look like anytime soon. No trees, no nothing in there. Nothing but solid, just devastation. Just not a plant. Didn't see a plant grow anywhere. I can't imagine that they don't understand that they should, if they take from that, they should be able to put something back. I wish they could. I know there's a lot of forestry stuff going on where they put back trees and stuff like that. The tree they grow today and everything, my great-grandchildren won't see when it's a live tree, you know, or a full tree. I just feel like sometimes we're exhausting everything that we have, fossil fuels, the coal, everything. I think that's just something people should think about. The water, the resources that we're using up every day. Someday and everything, there won't be these beautiful pictures of mountains. There won't be these beautiful pictures of rains. All there will be is what we have left. We think about the clouds and the birds that are singing here so well today. I think about it all the time. We owe everything to nature.
We did not think of the great open plains, the beautiful rolling hills, and winding streams with tangled growth as wild. Only to the white man was nature a wilderness, and only to him was the land infested with wild animals and savage people. To us it was tame. Earth was bountiful, and we were surrounded with the blessings of the great mystery. Chief Luther Standing Bear, Oglala. A mature bull buffalo, such as this one, stood about 6 feet tall at the humped shoulders and weighed up to 2,000 pounds. The Indians regarded the hump's back fat and the tongue of the buffalo as the choice cuts.
Have you ever heard the buffalo cry as she searches the herd for her baby? Her lonesome wail echoes in the night, but the baby does not answer, and the buffalo, she cries again, and the buffalo, she cries again, cries again, she cries again. I heard in the news of a missing child. The parents, they plead for help. The mother speaks of kindness and love. The father, he's silent with rage, and the buffalo, she cries again, and the buffalo, she cries again, cries again, she cries
Once we were happy in our own country, and we were seldom hungry. For then the two-leggeds and the four-leggeds lived together like relatives, and there was plenty for them and for us. But the Wasuchus came, and they have made little islands for us, and other little islands for the four-leggeds. And always these islands are becoming smaller, for around them surges the gnawing flood of the Wasuchi, and it is dirty with lies and greed. They killed our buffalo for the metal that makes them crazy, and they took only the hides to sell. Black Elk, Great Sioux Chief.
vuelve aquí conmigo. Hey, hey, oh, hey, oh, 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 hey, oh, 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 hey, oh, hey, oh.
A couple of years ago, February 1st, we had a real bad freeze. I'm sure everybody remembers that. At the time, I was living in a camper on my place, a little pickup bed camper, no insulation. That night, when I realized it had gotten down to 20 below zero outside, and the wind was blowing 40 miles an hour. Not even the heater in the camper was working good enough to keep that. It was 4 below in the camper. I had my dog with me, Grizz. I was trying to keep him warm. Had 2 bedrolls on top of me, mattress under me. I was in thermal covers, clothes, and I realized and everything I might not make it through that. It was already an inch of ice on the windows on the inside of the house, and so I left a recording for my children, because something was to happen and everything. I wanted them to at least get an idea that I wasn't mad about what was. If I died that night and everything, I wasn't angry. I was where I wanted to be and where I loved to be. But if you like to be in the water, you get wet. If you like to be in the mountains, you get cold. And there's fires and everything else can do it. A critter can get you. But I don't want to ever think that if something ever happened to me, that I wanted everybody to understand that where I was is where I wanted to be. And that night, I left them a farewell, because you should always do that. I have had too many people that I loved in my life that when they passed, there was no letter, no goodbye, and I think that's important. I made it through that night. We did well. I think the only thing that happened was the rooster lost his voice for about a week. He was, I couldn't even believe he'd made it through that. He was outside. Even if he was in a coop, it was still much colder there. I figured and everything, there's more things that good Lord has me to do. So that's why He kept me here. And I'm just going to try to do the best I can. I suggest everybody try that.
Now I walk with talking God, with goodness and beauty. In all things around me I go, with goodness and beauty I follow immortality. Thus, being I go. Navajo song, Beauty Way.
I'll share with you a personal journey of my own in regards to finding that tranquility, that peace, that harmony. I mentioned that I'm a doctoral student, and I am Native American. I'm Apache. And I get caught up just like everybody else. This issue is not just Native Americans and non-natives, it's everyone. And I get caught up in the same issues that everybody else does. I'm dealing in an academic world, and you get caught up in the politics. It's the rat race of the human technology and everything, and it's you got to make the grade, you've got to get that diploma, you got to get out there, and education is important. My father stressed the importance of education, but education is just not getting a degree and going to school. Education is learning from your culture, learning from your past, your traditions. We've lost traditions. We need to find the tradition. We need to find the tradition of taking care of Mother Earth. It's a beauty and a wonder that we do not want to lose. in my personal journeys, I've had to struggle with finding that, because in order to succeed, sometimes you have to lose yourself. I've had to lose who I was, my cultural identity, because I wanted to succeed. I wanted to get that grade. I wanted to be the best and get that diploma and have that degree. Well, you have to find and struggle and find that balance, because you're not just a number. You're not just a grade, a GPA on a piece of paper. And unfortunately, the rest of humans and everybody, they get caught up in that academic process. Not just the people and the people that aren't in education. If professors get caught up in you're a GPA, look at what you're doing for your culture and tradition. We are people. We are part of nature. We need to start belonging. We need to start gaining that relationship back to nature. I cannot stress the importance of finding that balance.
I will not allow you to ignore me. I have brought you a gift. It is all I have, but it is yours. You may reach out and enfold it. It is only the strength in the caress of a gentle breeze, but it will carry you to meet the eagle in the sky. My name is I am living. I am here. My name is I am living. I am here. Anna Lee Walters, Pawnee, Ote.
One thing I'd like to say, sometimes we forget to respect everything that's around us. The great mother, the earth, the great father that could take care of us with his solar. We could have solar energy. There's so much energy coming from the sky that we don't use. All the things that we have, we forget. We want things too instantly. My definition of it is we are a beer can world. We get through with it, we crush it up, we throw it away. And we want somebody else to deal with that trash. When was the last time you thought about putting your hand on the ground and just feel? Just use your hand and feel. You can feel your child's face. You can feel another man's hand when you shake it. We have always used our hands and everything to communicate. Put your hand on the earth. Put your hand in the sky, and you feel these things. Don't forget to be thankful for everything that we have. There were so many things I wanted to do in my life, and my grandfather was one of my best inspirations for life. a cowboy to his death. Um, he passed away at 86 years old, still had a cast on his arm from breaking mules to a wagon, you know. Those days are gone. He was the last cowboy I've ever met. He had simple things. When he would speak, the room would just hush, because if it ain't worth saying, don't say it. If it ain't worth worrying about, don't worry about it, you know. But I'd tell him I was fixing to do something, and one of his favorite sayings was, well, ain't nothing holding you back but gravity. And I'll never forget that. Mountains, we've got to remember to keep the mountains. We've got to remember to keep the trees and the animals, the birds. We can do something about it. We just got to focus on it. But what I enjoy most of all are the rains. I enjoy that because it's new life. I enjoy watching the rivers, that they're still rivers. That worries me worse than anything. That someday that'll be a dry creek bed, because we use so much. I worry about the sky, the air that we breathe. If we don't have respect for it, I'll guarantee you it's going to bite us in the butt. I'll guarantee that. So I wish that that every person gets what they need, not so much what they want. You'll find in everything that sometimes when you get what you need, it's a much better gift. Me, I'll probably need more flute lessons. But I do enjoy. And I'll try to play, it's a little bit breezy, so it'd be sound kind of squeaky.
Hi, my name is Jamie Geronimo Vela, and what you've seen is some beautiful landscape and scenery of Mother Nature and of Earth. And you've seen one man's attempt to live off the grid, to show and give back that respect and balance and harmony to Mother Nature. You can see it in this film. The visual scenery in this film is just amazing. Some of these places that I've seen in this film are just majestic. I wish I could visit all these places, because I know if I was there, the spiritual connection that I would find would be amazing. I'm looking around, and as you all can see, look at the snow, look at the mountains up behind me. Look at the sunlight, the energy from the sun. It's, how can you not, when you're standing in it, it just touches your spirit. And we all have a spirit. I just hope that everybody that watches this film can just be aware. This film is about being aware. Be aware of Mother Earth. I feel the pain for Mother Earth. I hope that everybody else will wake up, will be aware and feel the pain that Mother Earth feels. Because even throughout everything that goes on in Mother Earth, all the things that happens, all the disasters that we call disasters, it's just Mother Earth healing itself, and it kills a lot of people. A lot of people are dying because of all this. And we have technology, and technology can be used to help Mother Earth and help people. I haven't given up on humans, on people. Mother Earth has not given up on people, but she cries for people, her children, to take care of her. So, just be aware. Throughout history and throughout all of this, that goes on, and all the things that technology has destroyed, and all the things that technology has helped, just remember, we are all still here.
You've heard the quotes of our great Native American ancestors, and in this film you've seen some of the spectacular open land, lakes, streams, and wildlife that was once all theirs to freely enjoy as they pleased, without fences, highways, and the like to obstruct them. They considered the animals as part of their family and their teachers, for it was the animals of the forests and plains that taught them how to best live off the land in a balanced and harmonious way. But that has all changed, and now we must learn how to live in the present. We've seen and heard one determined man who today is attempting to live off the land as best he can, free from the shackles of modern life. But it's not been easy for him. So what can we learn from this brave, solitary man that could make our own lives more peaceful and less complicated if we applied them? Well, we've also heard from Jamie Geronimo Vela, Lipan Apache, and the grandnephew of the great Apache leader, Geronimo. It's his belief that we can still learn a major lesson from how our Native American ancestors once lived upon our sacred mother, the earth, and we can still apply that knowledge they had to today, thereby becoming much better stewards of this great planet by showing respect for all living things. For anyone paying attention to what's been happening on this planet in recent years, it should be obvious that we're living in a time of great transition. The extreme and unprecedented weather changes, droughts, flooding, man killing his fellow man at an alarming rate, and on and on. Earth Mother will survive, but will the human species? Perhaps we can if we immediately and collectively return to balance and harmony and respect, starting with honor and respect for ourselves, and then for all living things.